Well, hey there. It's me again, that old Yankee, living in the South. I'm going to make some country spare ribs. I'm going to throw them in a crock pot here on top of my cook stove and see how they turn out. I discussed it with Wilbur and he seemed to think it was a good idea. So here's what we got going on. I got this Kinder's wood-fired blend. I don't know exactly what that means, but it says it's smoky, salty, pepper and garlic. Well, we're going to find out what that's like on there. Put a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we're going to bury it in some onions. And we're going to slow cook it in the crock pot there on the cook stove. Just going to let it simmer away nice and slow and easy. But first of all, we got to get us a little bit of, just a little bit of olive oil here to get things to sticking a little bit on the ribs here, so the stuff, the seasoning will stick to it. Lube them up a little here per se. Yeah, like that. These are at room temperature. I just brought them up to room temperature here just enough to, so that way you ain't starting out with cold meat in your pot. It'll cook a little better. Alright, got those all going good there. Now, wash my hand here. Alright, let's just see. First of all, we're going to put a little, not much salt, because that says it's salty and smoky. So we're just going to just barely, lightly salt these things. And it says it's peppery too, so maybe we'll skip the pepper too. We'll just go right to the seasoning. How's that? Got to put plenty of seasoning on too, so it adheres good. You get the flavors into it. A good dosing on there. It worked right in good. I like the country pork, or the country spare ribs, I guess they call them. I like them better because there seems to be much more meat on them. That's just my preference. I like spare ribs, but I'm a spare ribs. You got to eat a lot of them because there ain't got as much meat on them. I'm going to put the seasoning right to them here. Got it going good. Yes, sir. Get them all around. I think we're doing pretty good there. They're looking like they're covered pretty good. It's been a rainy day today, so I just been hanging around the house, did all my housework, got that all done, and I did a little shopping. That's when I saw these ribs on the grocery store, and I said, that sounds like a pretty good idea. And I think Wilbur was all for that idea also, because I'm sure he's not going to mind taste testing. Alright. Okay, so, got them all going. And we're going to turn the heat on here. Get the Dutch oven warmed up. Get some of this stuff off my hands. Alright. We're heating that Dutch oven up so we can sear them. I want to sear these, even though I got rub on them, I'm going to sear them first. To see if we can sear the flavor into them. See what we can do from there. Alright. Pans are heating up pretty good. Alright. And then I'm going to, like I said, we're going to put us a bunch of onions right in there on top of it afterwards. Smother them in the onions. Turn the temperature down in there. Let them just slow cook. So, we got seasoning on the board. Let's just give the onions a little chop here. Just like so. Break them all up afterwards and put them in there on top of them ribs. Alright. Let's see where we're at here. I think the pot is warming up pretty good. Yeah, I can feel the heat rolling off of there. So, let's get things a little more organized. Alright. Move these over this way a little bit here. And then, let's see if we can move you on over here a little bit here, closer to the pot situation. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I see some smoke coming off that pot over there. That's going to be a good thing. Alright, back the heat off a little bit. Get a little splash of olive oil in there. Alright. And here we go. I'm going to use these tongs so I don't fry my fingers. But we just want to sear these over good. That way they got good brown on them. It'll lock in the juices that are in them. Oh yeah, you can hear it sizzling, man. You can hear it sizzling. Take a look in there. Oh yeah. Yep. Turn the heat, a little more heat there. Like I said, we just want to brown them up real good. That way it sears them over and keeps the juices in there. And, this is Country's Spare Ribs. Alright folks, I'm going to sear them up a little bit and then I'll be back. Alright, we got them searing up there. They're looking pretty good. Got some brown on them. That's what we're doing there. We're just searing them up, getting them browned up some. And then we'll take them out for a minute while I cook the rest of them, brown them up. And then we'll put them all back in the pot. And we are going to put some onions in there. We're going to put a little bit of chicken broth in there. And then I'm going to add some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce in there. Just so it can simmer away and let them slow cook in there at a nice slow gentle heat with some moisture. Make them nice and tender. We'll be back. Alright, what we got here. Make sure you can see the pot. There we go. These all browned up there. I'll turn the heat down here a little on it. Get that down there. But they're browned up and looking good. Now, we are going to break up some onions and throw them all over in there. Oh yeah. Can't go wrong with onions. And that seasoning's smelling pretty good in there. Get them onions all in there. So the chicken broth I'm going to be putting in there, I call it chicken broth. Well, I guess it is technically. I mean, it's basically, I'll show you a picture of the label. It's called chicken broth base. Probably a little more condensed than just regular chicken broth, which is okay. I like it. It's got a really good flavor to it. It's easy to use. You can just throw it together real quick. You just throw a little bit in some water. Pop it up there. See what you got here. This is it right here. Chicken broth base. I like it. Works really good. You just throw a tablespoon or two in some warm water. Pop it in there. And it's quite condensed. So, this is it right there. And we're gonna roll that right in there. I think we're going to add a little more water with that, just because we can. Right in there. Then we got the old Sweet Baby Ray's. Can't go wrong with that. We're just gonna plaster some of that right in there. It'll all mix it in there after it cooks down in there for a little bit. I think I'm about the end of my bottle, but I think that's going to do the trick right there. Alright. We got that all in there. Now we're just going to get us a top thrown on there. Turn the heat down. Let her simmer away for a while. I'm going to come back and check it in probably, I might check it in half hour, 45 minutes, but it's going to be probably a good hour, hour and a half before these are done, because I'm going to slow cook them at a nice slow, low heat, so that way they'll come out nice and tender, fall apart. But anyways, I'll keep you updated. Alright? Alright folks, let's see what's going on in that pot. See where we're at here. Oh yeah, we're just simmering away here. Oh yeah, we're gonna turn things, mix things up a little bit here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that right there, huh? Yeah. Just let that baby simmer away. Let it reduce down. Let it thicken up. Put that right on some rice, I think. Maybe even some mashed potatoes. We'll see. Alright. Well, that's doing all right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Tender, falling apart. And it's been like 45 minutes maybe? Half hour, 45 minutes? But anyways, we're going to let them simmer away a little longer here for at least another hour maybe. Get them all reduced down, nice, thicken up that sauce in there. And get a good flavor going to it. Alright folks, I'll catch up with you. Alright folks. Here we at. They've been simmering away there for another 45 minutes or so. Alright, let's take a look here and see where we at. So, I did take a peek in here a couple minutes ago. Decided I'd like to thicken up the sauce just a little more than it is. So I've mixed me up about a tablespoon and a half of cornstarch and a little bit of cold water, and I thickened it right up good. So we got me a bed of potatoes right here. I'm going to lay some right on top of that. Get a big one in here somewhere. I know there's a big one hiding in there. There we go. Alright, we're going to set that right in there. Better find another one, because I'm sure Wilbur's going to be helping me out here, so we better get a little more chunks going on here than what I got. Alright. That gravy come out nice and thick. It's kind of a barbecue style gravy. I like it. I do it a lot with a lot of things I cook. But anyways, here's what we ended up with. And that is country style pork ribs. I don't know if they call them spare ribs or pork ribs, but they're country style, the bigger ones with the meat on them, which is the one I like better. And cooked in the crock pot here over the stove, and we're going to commence the eating, and I'm sure Wilbur's waiting patiently on me. So, anyways, from the old Yankee here living in the South, y'all have a good evening, and God bless.